Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Royal Stone. We're halfway through the battle here, where Eva is trying to reach the Baradosia Citadel, where Emperor Zeal is. He is the leader of the Zeal Empire. He has managed to collect 3 of the 4 Royal Stones. Only Eva and her ability to basically overcome all the forces that the Empire has thrown at her has kept one of the Royal Stones safe. So, we're gonna go take on the Emperor and hopefully get back all the stones. If the Emperor gets all the stones and defeats Eva, well then, basically the world's gonna go into chaos. Can't have that happen. So we moved our Satyr up to the front there. We don't have too much more in this battle to go. The hardest part here, getting through this little choke point where all the wizards attack us. We have most of our army through it. Now we just got to take out the fighters that are blocking our way. And even though the Satyr will have a disadvantage against the water fighters that will attack, he is strong enough level that he'll be able to take them out. Plus we have 3 people who can heal him, Eva and our 2 healers. So I'm just going to see how much damage one of these heavy spells do to the enemy. We need to have at least probably like 44 or something. Nope, not enough. So even if we had a second wizard to cast another spell, wouldn't be enough to finish him off. And as you can see, what's going to happen is the bishops up there are going to heal that wizard up. So it's unfortunate that we can't, whatchamacallit, defeat those guys and get the experience for them, but oh well. You do want to get the experience though for our Satyr. That's why we're going to have him basically take out all these enemies. We want to get him to level 16, then we can equip him to Tor and our Evoker and have him take part in the last battle. The last battle after this is going to be another long battle. It's going to take 2 parts to finish up. We're going to see a lot of familiar faces in that battle. We have another familiar face that's going to pop up a little bit later in this battle, but it'll be the last time he appears. Thankfully. Getting tired of seeing this guy. I think you already know who I'm talking about. If not, just watch for a little bit longer. Remember, if you missed last episode, we want to position our characters in a way that only one of the wizards can attack them, which means that they have to be to the right of that long road there. Good thing none of these enemies can reach us. That'll allow us to move our Satyr across the bridge and be attacked from 2 sides. That makes them finish off the enemies a little bit quicker. He should have no problem finishing off these wind characters. Remember, fire is strong against wind. For some of the other characters, like the water, we may want to soften them up with another character like one of our healers or Eva. We don't want to give the kills to them though, because Eva and the healers are all at max level. These can come up and help a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna ignore the rest of those wizards. You don't have to worry about them anymore. Another reason why I didn't bring a lot of characters for this battle. Otherwise I'd just be either be sitting in the back there doing nothing, or I'd be wasting time getting past those wizards. So, army is pretty much set. I did bring Nico just along, just to be, just because he's the, she is the lowest level of my characters. I'll bring a few low-level characters to the final battle, just to give it a little bit more challenging. But there's no problem bringing all max level characters to the final battle, because I mean, like I said, it's the final battle. Turn to this character into Pimento. I don't want to risk Boost, because Boost would probably defeat this character, and like I said, the whole goal is to get the Satyr to defeat all these characters, to get the max level. Pick it up. Nico's the only one who wants to get through here. That guy moved over just to get healed. That was pretty smart of her. Heal up, but... Pretty soon we won't have to worry about, like I said, these wizards anymore. That was really lucky. Nico was targeted by the spell that the element that she's weak against. But even though, just like I said, magic can sometimes fizzle. It fizzled there, so Nico was lucky. If it didn't fizzle, it doesn't matter though. Remember, even an level elemental 2 spell is not enough to take out one of your characters. They have to give it at least 2. So as long as you don't position them in that position where they can be targeted by 2 characters, they'll be fine. And one of the wizards can move down and still attack Nico, so we'll want to, if Nico would have been hit by the first wizard, we would want to heal her up. Let's get this, this should weaken this counter up for the Satyr to finish her off. Now, Satyr. And there we go, finish off. This will get Satyr level 15, and then just a few more kills, and it'll be max level. Attack up 6, defense up 1, luck up 1. Not getting those massive stats like Eva got, but... So let's see, 54 more. So basically 3 more characters. Or we can take 2 characters, and we can even have the Satyr finish off Emperor Zeal. If we want. Monsters are very good because they have a high attack. They're going to be really good against one of the few characters that are good against the boss rush that we'll be facing soon. Let's move Perlis to just block off a wizard there. A Pro. He's quite squishy, so I think we can actually scan the Emperor now. Yep, there we go. I mean, we already know it's the Emperor. We just don't know the Emperor's stats. Surprisingly, the Emperor is not max level. The next battle, he will be next level. He'll be max level. But for now, I guess they just make him a little bit easier. He's only level 12. And he does not have any spells. So he's actually, in a sense, like potentially weaker than those Sacred Knights that we fought. Their captains use the boost spell to deal a lot of damage. If that guy would have used boost, that would have been really terrible. So the wizard's move to accept target. See, if we had Nico over to the left of one side, then what would have happened is the other 2 wizards would, she'd be in range of being hit by the other 2 wizards. And 3 wizards casting elemental 2 spells at you, probably going to finish you off. That's why that area is really important to advance a certain way. Think about all these characters have been with our army for so long. Do we want to lose them right now? You continue to impress, but this is not wholly unexpected. Hey, who's that? It's Phantom again. I told you he'd be back. Hi, Commander. But this is his last appearance. Oh, look, it's the failure. Please, give me one more chance. Silence, I have no use for you. This vessel will more than suffice. Vessel? What do you mean? You are a tool, you simpleton. I only gave you the use of the stones to lure this woman to me. What? But every tool has its purpose, and yours was performed admirably. My lord. What are you? Zap. And I guess it's fitting that a bolt defeated him because he is, you know, water elemental, so he's weak to that bolt. Although Vanna was still really loyal, despite how terrible Jakarta Zeal was there to him. Like, you figure he could have just, like, used him as a little more cannon fodder. It's gonna be weird because, you'll notice in the next battle, we will end up actually fighting, two of the other, elemental generals. We'll end up fighting, Swift, the Wind General, and Blair, the Fire General, again. So, he reuses them, and despite their failures, he could have used Vadim again. But I guess he grew tired of Vadim. Pull this out of the way. Heal Nico here. Advance Nico forward a little bit so we don't have to worry about those wizards anymore. Mainly just to save time getting targeted. And finish off the Wind character. There we go. So one more for the Satyr to finish off. And then we can have him finish the Emperor. Max out. 31, so actually we don't even need him to. We can have him fight the Emperor because the Emperor has 34. And that'll max him out. Monsters and boost characters are one of the few types of characters that we can use to really damage the final bosses. So we get this guy up a little bit. Donk. Little hit. Now, like I said, we can move Nico forward a little bit. Give her some experience. Nobody else needs the experience. And Eva's trapped, unfortunately. It doesn't matter if she's trapped. She can just use heal, and she's still available to heal. It stinks that Eva doesn't get a fourth spell. I guess she gets those 3 spells. I guess, I don't know what a fourth good spell. I guess Drain would be nice for her. She could be able to heal herself. But yeah, they only give her 3 spells. So that water guy's gonna come forward to get healed. This guy's foolishly attacking Eva. We're just gonna flee. Because he's fire, and fire will be weak to Nico, the water, so, like I said, get Nico a chance to level up a bit here. Forward. One of the good things about Zeal is he's not going to move away from his throne, I guess, there, from inside the Citadel. So he won't be allowed to be healed by those bishops over to the left. Yay, Nico. Still pulling weight. So we want characters forward a little bit. We'll form a little line here. Just making sure that I have everything before I commit him there. That just checking the numbers. And he's definitely, like I said, defeating the Emperor will definitely max him out. So even though I, kind of watched the experience that I had, didn't try to waste this, try to make the most of all the experience I got, I still wasn't able to max out all the characters in the game. But I guess I wasn't able to do that either in Crystal Warriors. They just got so many characters. The game just has to give you, though, a bunch of characters because of the permadeath system. Remember, if a character dies, you lose them forever. So the game gives you an excess amount of characters just for safety. If you lose characters, you have somebody to pick up the slack. Too bad we can't, like I said, get through those wizards. And they're a nice experience. Maybe if I could get those wizards and defeat them and these healers, still not enough to max out everyone's level. It would be nice, like I said, if you had like a griffin that could like fly and let you avoid terrain like that. I did mention though how that would kind of break the game in a sense. you know, you just have like a griffin fly across the sky, but maybe they could have just did something where like sky is always intraversible, but flying creatures like the griffin can scale cliffs. I'm sure there's a way they could have coded it. Although this is, like I said, a Game Gear game. Game Gear was handheld, so at the time, handhelds definitely didn't have the power and the memory capacity that you know, regular console games had. This is the cartridges are smaller, of course, so they had less room on them. So we'll form a little wall here. Fight defensively. If you don't have a healing, let them attack you first. Does the water guy come forward? He goes after Eva, which is good. Eva will do a little bit more damage to him than Nico would, but not enough to kill him. So we can feed that kill like sent to Nico. Call it babying in other RPGs. Basically weaken an enemy so a sub-par character can get the kill and the experience. Eva's gonna take off. Heal her up. And just that there's no time limit, so we can just want to make sure that all the characters are healed up before confronting the Emperor. Let's take out the last of his minions that were able to. Just to be safe, we'll use skill. More than enough. Overkill. Nico will get a level here now. So now at least every one of our characters is double-digit levels. That put her at level 10. Alright. First few times we're going to use Popo, remember, use the Drain spell. Drain does 1/4 of the max hit point of the current hit points. So usually your first 2 castings will do more than just an level 2 elemental spell. Especially against Earth characters like the Emperor here. Because remember, they don't have any elemental weakness. So we'll do 72 here. Dividing that by 4, there we go. And he's slightly above half health. We are in perfect position to take the Emperor out now. Because, like I said, he doesn't move. Do a little bit more damage, pick him off with spells. Drain will never actually finish, you know, because it's only taking a percentage of the max off, or the percentage of the current off. So you can never technically finish an enemy with Drain, but if we wanted to, we could have just sat here and Drain Zeal over and over and over and over again. Monster did some decent damage. Didn't take too much damage either. So like I said, we want to get this final kill to the Sato monster, although we could, like I said, if you wanted to, finish him off with one of our other characters, but max out that Sato. Just to be safe, we'll heal him up. The Emperor, rather than retreating back in, we should know right now he has no chance. We'll instead, well, we're gonna learn that death will basically only make the Emperor more powerful. We were told, we were kind of given a clue that the Emperor isn't all he seems. We were told that he kind of has like some otherworldly power. So way back, think back to the intro, what we learned in the intro. We're gonna learn who the Emperor truly is. There's our Sato maxed out, we'll attach him to Tor. Ha ha ha. He just defeated you, what's so funny? The fight is not yet won. Lord Sacrelux is called for you. Well, technically he's called for Eva. Remember, Coquette here is basically like the avatar. Although Eva is now the avatar of Sacrelux. So let's give the Sato monster here now to Tor. You could give the golem as well, but I'm going to max the golem out because I just want to get his max stats out. And he, unlike all the other monsters, he actually comes with armor, so all you needed for him was a sword. You could have got a claymore for him. Like I said, I forgot to buy one. But I can always just take a claymore off another character. So, if you accidentally set a monster and you don't want that monster there, all you have to do is go to the remove command and then just remove it, just like as you're removing an item from your inventory. So let's talk with Eva here. The castle's empty. Eva, it is time to tell you everything. And here comes Sacrelux. I am called Sacrelux of the Light. Eva should already know, because when he appeared to block the royal stones from being used against her with Vadim, the Imperial leader has fled this place. He has sought sanctuary in the Dark Lands. Dark Lands? Many centuries passed during the Battle of Feldte. Dinon of the Darkness had his body split into two. Half returned to the Dark Lands. The remainder became mostly human, though it did not age. And that's Lord Zeal. Dinon, now Jakarta, knew that he had but to wait. For once the Royal Stones had completed their task, they would go to the Dark Lands. What do you mean? The Royal Stones were to be a balancing force. They would amplify waning natural energy to bring order from chaos. Unfortunately, they were only so effective. Under extreme duress, they would lose their power. The darkness of evils and the brightest of lights. Such a clash could disrupt the stone's power. The avatars of the light and darkness, you, Eva, and Lord Zeal. The stones were designed to act as a pendulum light. As balance reasserted itself in our world, they would go to the Darklands to bring order from the chaos there. Am I truly the avatar of the light? If each stone were to find itself in the Darklands individually, there might not have been a problem. But if all four were to appear at once, it'd be an insurmountable force. With that much power, Dinon could easily exceed his prior strength. Reforming his shattered body would be easy. It may have taken him a millennium, but he managed it. Lord Sacrelux, I cannot let this stand. I knew you were the one. Go forth, and know that I have faith in you. So now, Eva is going to venture to the Darklands, which I guess you think of as like basically like the afterlife, hell in this world. So say yes to go. We can save our game here then. Depart and save real quick. And we'll pick up in the next episode in the Darklands. Take care, have a good one. See you then. Bye.